Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has their take on everything. Everybody thinks they know the right answer and the right way to go about everything. No, you shouldn't do this. You should actually do that. No, you shouldn't do that. You should actually do this. And everybody is so confident. But nobody knows shit about shit. Nobody knows anything. Nobody does, right? So, let's get into why I'm talking about this. So, for example, I get examples of this every day. We all do, right? For example, yesterday I'm telling somebody how about these really good zero sugar sodas I've been liking. I'm not going to give them free advertisement, okay? I'm not going to give this soda brand and flavor free advertisement unless they give me a lot of money to do so. So that's not going to happen. But I was telling somebody about the sugar-free soda, and I was like, yeah, they're good. I still like soda and bubbles and the flavor, but I don't want all that sugar. And I know a lot of the sugar substitutes aren't that good for you either, but it's better than having sugar sometimes, blah, blah, blah. And then this lady says, have you checked the sodium? She goes like, next time you open one of those, look at the sodium content. So I did. 60 milligrams. That's nothing. It might as well be 0. 60 milligrams of sodium is zilch. People pull information right out of their asshole and throw it in your face like monkeys wielding turds. And we're apes too. That's our version of flinging poop, right? Instead of throwing physical feces like our ancestors, our version of that in civilized society is to shit out bad information and opinions and thoughts and ideas and just throw it at other people. Metaphysical feces, right? That's what this all is. And always when it comes to health and diet and medical stuff, everybody has a fucking PhD. Everybody's an expert on everything. Again, nobody knows nothing. So, I think about this a lot. There's a mosquito on my phone. I think about this a lot. And I am a person who I try to be the best person I could be, right? I try. And that involves not speaking about something unless I know what I'm talking about. Okay? That doesn't mean I'm always right, but it means I don't just say things to say things like other people do. A lot of other people do. If I'm going to talk about a topic, I'm going to make sure I know a thing or two about it before I say something. People are like, in the same day as that stupid salty soda comment, somebody told me carbonation is bad for you. Not the sugar substitutes, not high fructose corn syrup, none of that. Carbonation, bubbles, oxygen. So seltzer? I said, so sparkling water is not that good for you, you're telling me. He's like, oh yeah, if you drink the bubbles themselves, the CO2, it could slow your metabolism down. Ugh. I'm going to get a lot of comments. What am I talking about? I'm probably going to get one or two comments trying to argue with what I'm saying, because nobody's going to watch this shit anyway. But when it comes to health and diet, right, I try to look at it very simply. I don't listen to any experts on this or that diet or this lifestyle or this habit or... No. I look at it very bare bones, common sense. Let's see. What are we? Human beings. What are human beings? Omnivores. What's an omnivore? It means we eat meat and we eat vegetables, right? So that means most of my diet should be meat and vegetables. So most of my diet is lean meat, sometimes not so lean meat, but mostly lean meat and vegetables. What's not good for us? Carbohydrates, sugar, right? Unless we have them in sparse amounts, in moderation, then it's not that big of a deal. Meat and vegetables and a lot of water, right? That's my diet. Oh, and that same lady who said the thing about the salty soda, she said, right? She told me to hold out my hands, right? When I was talking to her about this, she said, hold out your hands like this. And I did. And she looked. I already knew what she was going to say. As you see, my hands don't really have, like, visible veins on them right now. You know why? Because I was drinking malt liquor constantly for 2 years. That makes you bloated and puffy and retain a lot of water, along with lots of other bad health things. So she's like, oh, you're actually drinking too much water. Oh, you can actually drown from water if you do. Yeah, maybe if you drink fucking 3 gallons in 12 hours. A gallon of water a day I drink. A gallon of water a day. And I'm just under 300 pounds anyway. I know I don't look it, but I am. So when you look at the math, you're supposed to drink half your body weight in ounces a day, which for me is actually over a gallon, but I do minimum a gallon. Anyway, she says, look at your hands. You're bloated. You're drinking too much fluids. I said, I'm not drinking too much fluids. I used to constantly drink booze. And the effects of that aren't going to disappear overnight. I was much more bloated than this. I had prednisone face. I had prednisone hands. And it was a lot worse. And I'm sure I am retaining some water and fluids right now. But that's because I was doing a lot of damage to my body from the constant boozing, which I don't do at all anymore. I exercise every single day, pretty intensively. I have a good diet. I count calories. I drink lots of water. It's going to take some time. Losing weight, the bigger you are, the longer it's going to take, right? And I have a lot of weight to lose. So no, I'm not drinking too many fluids. I'm not drinking too much water, and that's why my hands aren't very vascular and are a little prednisone hand looking, okay? Oh, I can't. I just can't. Why is everybody so fucking dumb?